People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Now, people, we see that Clarendon is going on bad in the last 48 hours in places such as Effortville Farm. We are speaking about 8 persons conned up, and out of those 8 persons, we are speaking about 5 of them gone. However, people, it is even worse because based on information from the Popo, it is said that two other persons were also taken out. So people, when we do the maths, we are speaking about 7 persons gone and also 10 persons in all in our one place we are speaking about in 48 hours. Now, the National Security Minister, I am speaking about Dr. Horace Chang. He has implemented a 96 hours curfew. And people, when we talk about 96 hours, we are speaking about 4 days. And it is supposed to start from last night at 9 p.m. until 5 a.m. for the next 4 days. And also, based on the information from the National Security Minister, it is that this flare-up is caused between 2 rival gangs called Bushman. He only named one. He said that there are 2 gangs, however, he only named one. So I don't know if this is some sort of internal feud between the Bushman gang in a Clarendon. However, he also claimed that a bike is also the motive. Now, people, when we listen to what persons are saying, and persons are claiming that there is some sort of dispute over some sort of confiscated or stolen bike, people, it makes absolutely no sort of sense. And like I said before in my video that I did yesterday, they are going to use, that is how gunmen are, that is how criminals are, whenever them don't have any sort of sensible motive, which people, whenever somebody dies unjustly, there is never any sort of reason. So therefore, they are going to always use some sort of psychs, because the truth and the fact is that if you live in a Clarendon, if you live in Farm, if you live in Effortville, or any of those adjoining area, you're not going to steal a bike from somebody, your neighbor, because them are going to know say for them bike because the place is so small. So therefore, what these people do, whenever them come to take with people, them are use all sorts of psychs and I talk about bike, retail, lele. However, like I said yesterday, they also rob those persons. So therefore, it is some sort of sham. It is some sort of psychs. Now, people, when we think about what is going on in Jamaica in general, we see that there's a new breed of criminals. We see that there's a new breed of persons taking away persons' life. We see that they are cold. We see that they are callous. So therefore, desperate times calls for a desperate measure. So Jamaica, the justice system, they need to implement. We are speaking about some serious punishment. We are speaking about some juice. We are speaking about some cocktail. We are speaking about some injection. We are talking about of them head. We are talking about for also put them in an arbitrary square and basically take them out, make people sick, because people, it might sound extreme. However, like them say, extreme times calls for extreme punishment. Now what we also need, we need to have some serious popo. We need to have some popo in the likes of Trinity. We are talking about Adams, we are talking about Leng, we are talking about Biggerford, we are talking about Amin. We are speaking about those serious popo that strike fear in these gunmen, because people, like we say, they don't really have any sort of name brand popo like that. So therefore, these men, them have no fear, them not care. Them know that more than likely, whenever they commit any sort of crime, once them leave off of the crime scene, more than likely, they are going to get away. Point blank and period. So people, the point that I am trying to make is that I don't know if the strategy that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is using is effective, because it seems outdated, because like I said, we are dealing with a new breed of criminals. So therefore, unless you bring in the type of persons that can investigate crime and the status like Scotland Yard, the KGB, Interpol, we are speaking about the FBI, Rete, Lele. People, we need persons, we need detectives that are out there that can solve crime, because as it is right now, like me say, once people leave the crime scene, more than likely the possibility or the probabilities are they are going to get away. Point blank and period. So people, like me say, Jamaica needs more skilled popo officer, more skilled detective, more skilled investigators, or they are going to call in some people from external people. We are speaking about from out of the country, because as it stands right now, their strategy, it is outdated, it is ineffective, it is not working. These criminals, they don't care, they don't fear, because people, it seems as if they're on some sort of drugs. It seems as if they're on some sort of season spliff. It seems as if them basically are sip on some sort of mad PUSSPISS, because their mentality, it is warped. It is as if they are numb. It is as if they are cold. We say that they are cold, they are callous. We say that them don't have any sort of conscience. It is as if there is some sort of ice. We are talking about dry ice are run through them vein. It is as if their heart is cold. It is as if they don't have any parents. Them don't have no mother. They are numb. They are just basically dazed and confused. It is as if they are just under some sort of spell from the devil. People, these youth, me don't know what to say about them. However, it is nothing good. Point blank and period. So based on what we see transparent in Jamaica, we can only come to the logical conclusion that this is not about badness. This is not about gangster. This is about evilness. This is about madness. This is a set of men that are basically mad. Me I talk about them basically out of their mind. Them mad, them sick, them head no good. And people will see this every day, because the type of stuff that they are doing, the type of person that they are taking out, their target people. We are talking about little picnic. We are talking about old lady. We are speaking about they are indiscriminate. Them not care at who, them not care at when, them not care at how. Any and everybody, once they basically there's any sort of gang rivalry, whenever them hit the street, they are just shooting at any and every target. They don't care who it is. Them not care how old or young it is. Any and everybody can go. Equal opportunity target, equal opportunity criminal, equal opportunity takeaway people. People, that is very sad. That is very disturbing. Point blank and period. And what is even more disturbing about the whole thing is the fact that you cannot really put your finger and say, what is the motive? Why are they doing what they are doing? I understand, and people, I am not justifying their action to say that this is some sort of gang rivalry over turf, over extortion money. But people, most of the time, it is because of some petty stuff. It is not about money. It is not about riches. It is not about any sort of mansion, any sort of expensive car. We can't understand what we see going on in places like overseas, where you see them have all sorts of gang activity because there's hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars involved. As it pertains to Jamaica, whenever these men come in any sort of shootout with the popo, most of the time they don't even have enough shots. Most of the time you hear them have 1 or 2 shots. People, we are speaking about some broke criminals. So people, if it don't make any sort of dollars, it don't make any sort of sense. If you're going to be some sort of criminal, and people, once again, this is my disclaimer, I am not justifying any sort of criminal activity. However, me just say, most of the time, when these people dead, them dead like some dog, them dead poor like some church mouse, and even most of the time, the family have to back of a basically bury them. So people, what type of sense does it make? And people, like I said, we understand that there's extortion in Jamaica. We understand that there's some sort of drug turf where people are fighting for dollars. However, in most cases, 99% of the time, people, it seems as if these persons get a high, them get a thrill from just taking life. It is as if their mind, their soul, and everything is consumed by the devil. People, their action, it is just senseless. Point blank and period. So people, the moral of the story is that based on what we see going on in Jamaica, we can only come to the logical conclusion that it is about hype. It is about who can be the most gruesome gang member, the most gruesome killer in Jamaica. Because people, like I said, if it does not make money, it does not make sense. And I am not justifying any sort of gang activity because of money. But me just say, when you are taking out persons just indiscriminately, just like that, me I talk about old lady, me I talk about pregnant woman, me I talk about picnic, any and everybody. People, something is definitely wrong. That is not the mentality of a sane person. People, like me say, them mad, them sick, them head no good, them evil, them dangerous, them covetous, they are cold and callous. So people, me just say Jamaica needs to get together and see what type of strategy that they can come up with. If they need external help, they should seek it, because as it stands right now, desperate times calls for desperate measures. And we see that they need to get rid of this problem, because people, this problem is plaguing Jamaica, especially in the festive season, especially in the Yuletide season. The earlier that we get rid of this problem, people, is the better for Jamaica. Totally. We are speaking about the economy. We are speaking about just about everything. We are speaking about the safety and security of persons living in Jamaica and overseas, because sometimes people want to come home. They are tired of the cold. They are tired of working in the snow. So therefore, they want to come back to Jamaica and retire. However, under the present condition, people are basically scared. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.